Hey everyone. Hope you're all doing well. I apologize for not being able to post a video for a while. I've been pretty busy with exams and stuff, and I was waiting to get together with a friend to do this video, but unfortunately she doesn't want to / cannot do it for certain reasons, because this video is about self-harm, and unfortunately it can be a trigger to some people, so that's fine. And I'm totally fine with doing this video by myself. So basically, I just want to discuss the issues of self-harm and, why people do it, and I guess ways that we can minimize it, if not stop it altogether, although that is something that's very hard to do. So I just want to start off with why people kind of do it, I guess. I'm not going to get into the details of what people exactly do, because that's not the intent of this video. I'm not trying to tell you how to harm yourself anyway, because I don't want that at all. So, but I will tell you that the most common one is cutting, and that's just something to, if you're concerned about a friend or concerned about a loved one, and you just, notice it, that's the reason why I'm telling you. So, the reason why people hurt themselves for a lot of different reasons. Sometimes has to do self-esteem. People get bullied in schools, at home, by their parents, by their siblings. Some people just don't feel like they're good enough, so they just think by hurting themselves it's going to get better for them, or, they just want to release the pain somehow. Some people just want to feel, and by hurting themselves, they'll think that, this is a way that I can feel again, to make sure that I'm still fully there. So self-harm isn't always about, suicidal purposes. Not everyone who does this wants to kill themselves, and that's a big thing that a lot of people don't understand. So just keep that in mind. There's something called the Butterfly Project out there, which is, I'm not sure how much it is used, but it's basically where you draw a butterfly on your wrist or your arm or wherever you feel like hurting yourself, and instead of actually doing it. So basically, if you feel like cutting yourself or hurting yourself, you draw a butterfly there. Sometimes people, you can draw it. If a person says, "Oh, draw this butterfly for me," then you can draw it on yourself and write their name on it. So it has more of a significance. And if you do cut where the butterfly is, then all the butterflies die, and you have to restart. So my personal experience with this project is I have tried it, and I'd have to say, I've heard from other people, it only lasts for a certain amount of time. Even drawing on yourself isn't always healthy, so it can only go so far, right? It goes with a lot of things. So if you feel like it'll help you, try it out. I've tried it out, and it works better when you draw it for someone. So, because it means that you mean a lot to them, and you're of significance to someone else, right? And you pretty much, other things that we can do about it is, I don't really, counseling, I guess. I'm not a huge, I don't know, I'm into psychology, that kind of stuff. I like it, and I have thought about being a therapist, so I guess what I'm saying right now is kind of against it, but I'm not too big on counseling, unless the self-harm gets really, really bad. But it is good to talk to someone about it, especially someone that you think will understand and knows you very well. So that's not always a counselor, right? And you'd be surprised how people react. They're quite concerned, because when someone learns that you're hurting yourself, it's not very pleasant for them, and they begin to get worried a lot. And I know a lot of people don't want to put that pressure on people that they love, but sometimes you just have to talk about it. And sometimes the reason why you do hurt yourself is because of that person, or, you know, when it comes to self-esteem and that kind of stuff, you have to make the person feel like they're good enough, because they are. Everyone out there is good enough. They just think that they're not. And some people just do it because they're angry, and it's hard to stop someone when they're that angry. And so sometimes, you know, the person doesn't always need help. They just kind of have to sort it out themselves, you know? Sometimes it's a battle that you have to fight within yourself, and one day you will win, but sometimes it just takes time. And if the cutting isn't that bad, then I'm not trying to encourage it. Don't get me wrong here. But if it's not that bad, then I think sometimes you should leave it. I mean, keep an eye on it, but the person just has some figuring out to do. And it's, you know, pretty much their battle wound. So unless it gets to a really, really bad extent where they're like, you know, I mean, I don't want to go into gory details, but, you know, it happens where people have to go to the hospital and stuff, then you got to do something about it. Then you can get professional help. You know, the hospital will definitely help you with that. I'm not too good with professional help. I'm not, like, I'll help you out, tell you, like, okay, maybe go see the school counselor or something, I don't know, but for sure the first step is to talk to someone close to you, like a friend. I know it's hard to talk to family about it. I personally would not do that, but, you know, if your parents are understanding, then talk to them. Other family members, aunts, uncles, siblings, cousins, friends are always a huge one. I know friends are the first people that people will turn to when they have a problem. So start with that. There's also Kids Help Phone. You know, I'm sure they can help. Although I do know it's hard to talk to people over the phone about that kind of stuff, and especially sometimes, I don't know, it just goes for me that I'd rather talk to a friend than call a helpline. But if you think a helpline will help you, call them. Please do not. I'm not trying to stop you. So Kids Help Phone works. TREVOR Project. There's a couple others. There's probably a distress center in your area. Hopefully, if there is, call them. I have used the distress center here before, and they're quite helpful. So you can look them up. You know, I'll post the numbers for Kids Help Phone and TREVOR Project, and maybe a couple others if I can find them. So yeah, that's mostly what I have to say. I think eventually, when a person harms themselves, there will be a day when they stop, because they will reach a point where they are content with their lives. So it's just something that you have to wait for sometimes, or sometimes you have to act on it right away. It all depends on the situation, right? So I'm not trying to stop you from helping someone, but if you notice it, I mean, it's a problem sometimes when you notice it in other people, and all of a sudden you get called to the counselor's office, and they talk to you about your self-harm, but you don't know who told them. Sometimes it's better for the person, but it just all depends. So, yeah, I mean, if it's bad enough, get the person help. That's all I'm saying. But sometimes the person just has to stop by themselves, and each case is different. Each person is different. They do it for different reasons, so I hope this video somehow helps. I don't really have much more to say on this, but if you have any comments or whatever, it's cool, just post them. I hope they're not too vulgar, though. I hope I don't say anything to offend people. My goal is to help, and, you know, just to get to get the youth, just to help each other out, because I just find that that's not as common these days, where people actually help each other who they don't know. So I hope by doing this I benefit everyone, or most people. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good weekend, and hopefully I'll be posting another video next week or sometime soon, or I might get someone else too if I'm lucky. I really want people to help me out with this project, so if you want to post a video, please let me know. You can post it on whatever you want, whatever issue you want. So yeah, give me a shout. Okay, I'll see you guys later.